queen of your heart. We built our house of cards, but it feels like it's still ours. Can I be the queen of your heart? The queen of your heart. I'd be the queen of your heart, the queen of your heart. We built our house of cards, but it feels like it's still ours. Can I be the queen of your heart, the queen of your heart? Open wounds and closing doors. Been here before, not again. We cannot hide our nasty scars. Too many sorries. What would happen now if you say you won't know if you walk away? Only heaven will play our song now before you go. Can you tell me where the hope has gone? Can you tell me where the love went wrong? Do you remember what it sounds like? We can turn the love back on. We can turn the love back on. Truth unfolds, our naked souls once again can make us work with broken parts and silent heartbeats. What would happen now if you say you won't know if you walk away? Only heaven will play our song now before you go. Can you tell me where the hope has gone? Can you tell me where the love went wrong? Do you remember what it sounds like? We can turn the love back on. We can turn the love back on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Showmatch. My name is Ken Opener Dude, and I am joined here by Wee Zhao. We are here with the that's him. We are here with the second show match of this wonderful Saturday of the summer split of Learning Fives between SnackBear's Chosen and Team Hot Pocket. How we doing today, Wee Zhao?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I am glad to be back on the grind, both in-game and in-cast. So we're going to get right into picks and bans here. This is your territory, so I'll let you take over from here, and I will add my pieces in as we go.
Oh, you will add the color as I
Yes,
cast the plays as they ban their champions. But
Yes.
like I had before in the previous show match today, all Learning 5 show matches, the drafts are done on Pro Draft. So the teams already have their comps. They already have their drafts ready. So we're just going to see the players lock in their own champions as we see the Alchemist locking in Riven.
Yep. My microphone being weird for a second there. No, Riven for top lane. This is, more or less just a comfort pick. Obviously, Bruiser's somewhat strong right now, given the state of ADCs. But again, Riven just kind of one of those champions that plays very, very well in solo queue and can translate very well into a team environment if your team is willing to play around it. We've seen Huni play it to great effect in the LCS and the LCK and the EU LCS and everywhere else that he's been. So,
Well, we see some interesting jungle lock-ins here. We have Nunu versus Maokai. How do you think this is going to impact the rest of the game?
Well, Nunu's claim to fame is that all he basically does is make the enemy jungle as useless as he is. So the idea here for Patsluva, that
We're
guy,
gonna have to get
the jungler,
clarification on how to pronounce that.
The jungler on Team Snack. His idea is to basically just constantly be on top of that Maokai, following him around, taking his jungle, or warding up, seeing where he is, and then taking his jungle while he's trying to lumber his way around the map, because Maokai is relatively slow champion. Maokai, on the other hand, Scorpio is probably going to want to be doing as much ganking as he can. Tanks are notoriously bad for their clear speeds, and Maokai is no exception to this. He can do a little bit better than some, but overall his clear speed's still terrible. So what he wants to do is he wants to get as many ganks off as possible. He wants to get his lanes ahead. He's got a Darius, a Vladimir, and we'll see in just a second here a Vayne and a Blitzcrank. So those are lanes.
Spoilers.
Yes, but those are all lanes that you definitely want to see get ahead, because then they will just take over the game.
So he has a scaling lane in the bot lane with the Vayne, right? But he also has strong carries from the Darius and Vladimir. Which lane do you think he's going to focus on the most?
If I had to guess, given the matchups in each of these lanes, I would imagine that he's going to stay on the mid to bottom side of the map. The Darius versus Riven matchup is very skill-oriented, but in the lower half of the elos, everything platinum below, it does favor Darius, because just based off of mechanical skill alone, because Darius needs less actual second-to-second execution than Riven does. That's not to say that these players can't play these champions at a high mechanical level. It's just that since a game below plat revolves around exploiting mistakes, Darius plays very well in a situation like that. So I imagine that Darius is going to be a little bit stronger in this lane than the Riven will be. So Scorpio is more likely to focus on the bot side, so he can try and get Ardor Maiden ahead, and then give Chaotic Monkey in this mid lane against B-Man on the Orianna and ahead too, because, well, let's just say Orianna isn't exactly the best for escaping ganks. But then again, none of their teams are. Riven can get out, but they've got a Kog'Maw Lulu bot lane. They can shield and they can polymorph, but they can't get away. So Maokai is almost definitely going to be hanging around this bot middle side of the map, whereas Patsluva is probably just going to be counter jungling pretty much constantly, and then probably trying to counter gank where he can. And then once team fights rolls around, he's just going to run around in circles, because that's all Nunu can do. With that being said, overall, I do have to hand this over to Team Hotpocket based solely on comp.
Mm-hmm.
While Team Snack's comp is strong, it certainly has a lot of good points. This is classic Juggernaut bot lane, plus the Orianna in the mid lane just makes it all the more better. But Blitzcrank Vayne lane, that is hell for an immobile ADC like Kog'Maw. And
oh yeah, if he gets hooked, or even the Lulu gets hooked, then
yeah, it's it's definitely, the onus here is definitely on Team Snack to prove that they have the skill to pull this composition off. I'm not saying that they don't, but they do have to work much harder than Team Hot Pocket will in order to make their team comp work. So preliminary analysis gives it to Team Hot Pocket, but again, this could go either way. It really depends on who starts popping off. With that being said, I think we are going to go ahead and go into a little bit of a pause here as my words continue to flub over themselves so that we can count down the rest of the spectator delay. We will be back in about 1.5 to 2 minutes so that we can get right into game and see the second show match again between Team Snack and Team Hot Pocket. Stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Learning 5 show match number 2 between Team Snack and Team Hot Pocket. I am again Can Opener Dude, he is again Wei Zhao, and we are now into game.
Yeah, and on the blue side we have Team SnackBear's Chosen with the Alchemist in the top lane on Riven, Patsluva 3156 playing Nunu in the jungle, B-Man 9926, Orion in the mid lane, and the bot lane we have Astro and Mellow Ninja playing Kog'Maw and Lulu respectively.
And then on the red side, we do have Craven 12 in that top lane, Scorpio XP in the jungle, Psychotic Monkey 865. Just wanted to make sure they didn't hit that hook on anyone.
Oh, yeah.
In the mid lane, and then Ardor Maiden and a Small Fox in the bot lane as my client continues to lag out. But it does look like we got an early invade, so I'm probably going to need to hand this over to you real quick.
Yeah, so the red team is walking into the jungle. Oh, they changed their mind. As we saw earlier, a Small Fox did miss the hook on Blitzcrank, and it seems like they're just walking back into their own side of the map.
Yeah, not
The
even a
Alchemist
ward, though.
The Alchemist just got over the wall into their red side, though. He's maybe looking for something sneaky, but Craven 12 is walking by, doesn't see him. As he runs deeper into the jungle. We might have some spicy plays here. Nunu is walking in. Gonna bump into Psychotic Monkey as he's now engaged on by Craven 12 on Darius, but he's backed up by Bima, and nothing seems to be happening as, you know, for the red team, Team Hot Pockets, Maokai just got a normal start, got a nice leash from his bot lane. Already cleared the blue as now Nunu is fairly late to his own blue. What do you think of this early play?
This is this is a bit of a problem for the blue side here for Team Snack. You definitely do not want to be late on that first jungle clear, because look at what Scorpio is doing right now, and this is the classic strategy for dealing with a renowned counter jungler like Nunu. You counter jungle them. If you do that, yeah, you do that, and it basically makes them even more useless than they're making you. So, right, I'm imagining that Petslova will try to head in and pick up Scorpio's red buff, but Scorpio already has his red buff. So it's an equal trade. It's not going to put either of them behind, but Scorpio is a little bit low, but he's going to get plenty of health back from the Scuttle Crab, and that will put him in a prime opportunity to gank this bot lane, especially considering that he's got the Tribush on his available to him because of the lane disparity.
As we see in the top lane, got pushed in. Seems that Hot Pockets have pushing lanes in top and bot, and as we saw earlier, Orion did get traded on fairly heavily by the Vladimir. It's actually a little bit surprising, right? Like you pointed out earlier in Champ Select, that Maokai actually has a slight lead in terms of his clear, because our impression was that he was going to go gank a lot, right? And that Nunu was going to pester him, Nunu was going to outfarm.
Yeah, we don't really see that happening right now. This is still very, very early in the game. We're not even 4 minutes in yet. But so far, it's just been standard jungle routes. This is giving Scorpio plenty of time to get past that weakest part of the game for him, because this is the weakest part of the game for a Maokai, is when he's not tanky, he doesn't have a lot of clear potential. So really, Petslova's window to really play this matchup the way he wants to is closing quickly. So he's definitely going to want to try and do something major to either put Scorpio behind or put his team ahead very, very soon. And with three lanes being pushed in, he has had plenty of opportunities to gank, but no real hard CC either, because he is Nunu. So we'll have to see how he does this. It's certainly not going to be an easy time for him. He actually is going in on the mid lane here.
He's walking behind.
They caught him out. Saw him on the minion wave.
Yeah, this Nunu isn't able to get much work being done so far. Traded jungle camps with the Maokai, so Maokai wasn't actually put behind by the Nunu pick. But in the top lane, we can already see a huge CS lead starting to develop for Craven 12 on Darius. Seems that in this skill matchup in the top lane, the Alchemist is getting outskilled, and it seems like he's pushing in, Nunu isn't able to help because Nunu is on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, this is, I wouldn't necessarily say outskilled as much as it's simply just, Darius presses a button and does the same thing that Riven's full combo does, as far as damage and utility goes. So it's very, very easy for Craven to do what he needs to do in this lane. Now, if the Alchemist wants to get ahead in this lane, he really has to play this very, very methodically. You get tiny, tiny pokes in, play hit and run until he gets to that magic number where he can then all in Craven, but I don't think Craven's going to let him get in on that. So it's really going to be very difficult for the Alchemist to do anything 1v1 in this situation, which is where Revan shines. So we'll have to see how that progresses. They are level 5 right now. Once level 6 is hit, we will see whether they want to do an actual fight. Lots of pings going down in the mid lane. It looks like
the junglers are meeting here.
Yeah.
Scorpio walks into Sluva. There's a Q down. He roots in, Twisted advance in, shooting a few auto attacks, but again, they're both tank junglers, so not much is actually happening.
Yeah,
Takes
nice
attack and gets out.
Yeah, nice recognition there by Scorpio, noticing that B-Man is completely out of mana, so that he can sort of do a little bit more poke damage onto Petsolva. Obviously, they can't kill each other, but realizing that all B-Man could do is throw one Q out and couldn't really follow up anymore, even though B-Man is level 6. That's a good recognition there by Scorpio.
Now in the bot lane so far, we did mention how it would be a fairly precarious lane for Kog'Maw and Lulu if Blitzcrank was able to get his hook, but it doesn't seem like that's been the case so far. But they do have push advantage, and they do have around a 10 CS lead already. That's going to be slightly equalized once Kog'Maw farms this up.
Yeah, that's good. It's about a 2,000 gold lead for the bot lane right now, which is fairly decent overall. But that gold lead is distributed between the two laners because of the relic shields. So the Vayne has about 1,000 of it, and a small fox on the Blitzcrank does have the other 1,000. But that's fine because Blitzcrank is the type of support where you're fine with them having a little bit of gold on them.
Oh, but we have an engagement in the top lane. Craven 12 is going on to the Alchemist with the Lulu, but he has Nunu. Darius is forced to flash out. The flash is returned by the Riven. She flashes in and gets killed by Craven 12, first blood. Nunu has to run now as Scorpio XP is running in on the Maokai. He flashes but isn't able to get the twisted advance, and Nunu is able to escape barely by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, that was that was just barely the minion block made it so that he couldn't get the twisted advance there. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But a good gank, actually a good 1v1 there by Craven. Played that very well, and then as the 1v2 advanced into a 2v2, Craven did very well there, and like I said, that's exactly what he wants to be doing. He wants to be showing the power of this Champions kit in this 1v1, because there isn't a whole lot that you can do as a top laner to show really any sort of macro awareness early on.
Oh, but Scorpio.
Yeah, he's just going to walk out there with the snowball on his back. That
Yeah,
Sluva really needs to get ahead here if he wants to do anything. He is ahead in farm, though, by a significant margin.
Yeah, it does seem like he's going for this early game power because he has a Sheen, he has a Phage now. He's looking for the Triforce. You know, usually you see Darius is building a Black Cleaver. What do you think of this adaptation?
The Triforce is okay at this level of play. I do think that Black Cleaver would be slightly better, but there really isn't any super tank on the opposing side. They do have Pat Sluva, and he does have the highest base health in the game, but he's going to be significantly farther behind than a laner would be. So no real reason to get that Black Cleaver first item. Just go for the Trinity Force, press that advantage in the lane, use it to get yourself as far ahead as possible. Because like Renekton,
here we have Nunu in the mid lane now. Psychotic Monkey going back, gets the kill onto B-Man. He might just live here, gets hit by the Nunu ultimate. It's auto a death. Does use his flash, but in the end he does go down, trading 1 for 1.
Yeah, good choice by Pat Sluva to be there. That's going to secure a kill for him and an assist for his laner. So overall, that does favor the blue team here with that trade, because with the assist that does grant them more gold, and the lane freezing does actually benefit the blue team as well.
Oh, but here on the bottom we have another engage. Nunu is back, goes on to Ardor Maiden, uses his auto attack slow, and Kog'Maw does the damage. He might just get out here though. Kog'Maw's ultimate does not land, but we see Maokai moving in now, maybe looking for a counter engage. It seems that both sides are just going to agree to back off.
Yeah, not a whole lot could have been said for that. One thing I do want to point out there is that Ardor Maiden was not able to get some crucial auto attacks off when they stunned, I believe, Astral against the wall there. So that was a bit unfortunate. But other than that, that was played about as good as could be expected from both teams. So, well done from Pat to be. I'm just going to call him Pat from now on. So, well done from Pat to be able to go in on these different lanes and start doing some ganks. But again, his window is closing very, very quickly. Scorpio is going to start outscaling him very, very hard, even with the farm differential and the gold differential. Right now, it is about 1,000 gold in favor of the red team.
Oh, Patsluva might be caught out by Scorpio here. Gets rooted by the twist advance. Psychotic Monkey goes in. He's not getting out. He's just dancing as he already knows he's already dead.
Yeah, unfortunate he did not have the sweeper yet, so he could not disco Nunu. But he does end up dying there. And again, this is what I'm talking about. He's getting outscaled. He can't really counter jungle as well anymore because now laners have gotten to the point where they can respond to it.
It just seems like the laner jungler dichotomy isn't working out too well for SnackBear's Chosen because, again, like you mentioned, in the bot lane, he doesn't have too much hard CC as support, or in the mid lane either, and his only lane to gank is really top lane, right? But we do see Psychotic Monkeys going down for a roam, but it doesn't amount to too much.
You do need to be careful of B-Man. B-Man is around here. He's just going to use the blast route to get out. B-Man catching out Psychotic Monkey there would have been very dangerous, but Psychotic Monkey does have the item lead right now, so it wouldn't be too dangerous.
But what do you think about this top lane, though? CSL has already developed to over 50, plus Darius' kill. Doesn't seem like the Ribbon has been able to do much in the top lane so far.
Yeah, this is just like I said. It's not really a indictment of the Alchemist's skill as much as it's just easier to play Darius than it is Ribbon. And in this situation, they both do the same thing. They're both lane bullies. They're both 1v1, not necessarily duelists, but fighters. So in this instance, Darius has the advantage because he's able to do what he wants.
But Nunu going back mid. Psychotic Monkey gets targeted again, uses a Sanguine Pool, decides to go back in, gets hit by the shockwave. He falls down to Nunu.
Yeah, a bit greedy there by Psychotic Monkey. Not really any. He probably should have just left there, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, that absolute zero turned him into a mummy. Just froze him on the spot, but now we see that Silva smiting the Raptors. That guy's going in. I don't think he can do much work here, though. Again, he's a tank.
Interesting that both of these junglers actually went for the red smite here and not the blue smite. Both of these junglers can benefit very heavily from the
Kraven's coming in with Scorpio. Nunu gets targeted, slowed, apprehended, uses the blast plant, and he does escape.
Very sneaky sidestep there to get on the other side of the blast plant. But as I was saying, both of these junglers going for the red smite there, not really what you'd normally expect to see on tank junglers, simply because the blue smite gives them so much more sticking power, and with Nunu, having that sticking power on top of the snowball is just redonkadonk. So I'm interested to see that both of these went for the red smite when it really doesn't offer them that much utility. It does offer them a bit of tankiness, and oh, hello, the Alchemist.
Oh, the Alchemist walking in, trying to steal that Scuttle Crab from Scorpio on the Maokai. He is backed up by B-Man, but it doesn't seem like they can actually do it because Kraven is nearby on the Darius.
They do win this 2v2. The red team, Darius.
Oh, they're looking onto Scorpio now. There's three of them against him. There's only one Maokai. He tries to get away. He uses his flash. But Alchemist is chasing. He gets snowballed by the Nunu, gets stunned up, and goes down. Sanguine Pool isn't exactly going to save Maokai there, Mr. Psychotic Monkey.
Yeah, without his ult, I think that Psychotic Monkey probably should have just backed out of that situation. Kraven was unfortunately not on his way down until much later, but they did win that 2v2 until it developed into a 1v4.
Psychotic Monkey is getting slowed now. He might get chased on by B-Man. Dodges the shockwave with his Sanguine Pool. Really nice use. Absolute Zero isn't able to lock down the Vladimir as he escapes with two ultimates burned by SnackBear's Chosen and with no kill.
Yeah, they're getting very, very hungry for kills now, so they do want to be a little bit careful. They want to calm down a bit. We're getting into the mid game now, 15 minutes in. So they definitely do want to try and move across the map and get advantages there. But getting random one-off kills in a lane.
Oh, but Psychotic Monkey's now using his ultimate. Flashes in. Does he get the damage? He uses the Sanguine Pool and finishes off B-Man and a solo kill. Really nicely played by the Vladimir.
Yeah, very, very well done there by Psychotic Monkey. Patsluva is here. But
He's chasing him down. I'm not sure if he can get the Vladimir, though.
yeah, he's not going to be able to kill Vladimir. Kraven.
Oh, Kraven's also out for blood.
In the
Oh,
bot
look at the
lane.
hook on the Lulu, though. Lulu is probably going to fall down here. Uses her flash. Has the ignite on her. I don't know. She escapes.
With the ultimate. Meanwhile, in the top lane.
Nunu falling down. Kraven, Psychotic Monkeys invading into the enemy jungle, finding that Nunu, and finishing him off. Lots of action.
Yeah, also, Weezhou, I do think you might be a little bit behind in the replay, so you might want to hit that
Let me
plus
speed
button.
that up.
Smash that plus button a couple times. See what's
Yeah.
going on here. But in any case, yeah, action all across the map. This is what I was talking about. It's mid-game. You are going to start, gonna want to start doing some advantage pushing where you can. But yeah, I really do feel that they do want to try and take some towers more than anything else. Scorpio gonna get this dragon here. That's gonna help them. But really, no towers have fallen yet this game, and that's something that you definitely want to get going here. Not having a tower down by 16 and a half minutes does mean that the team that's behind in this instance, which is the blue team in this instance, they have so much more defensive power. They can stall out until they can build up enough of a gold buffer to be back in. Nice dodge on the.
He keeps on styling on him, but ignite goes down by B-Man. Psychotic Monkey just walks away, and that seems like an ultimate ignite burn for nothing. But on the topic of maybe getting down towers, Darius has the Trinity Force in top lane now. That CS lead is almost 80 now. You might just see him get the top tower, especially since he has red buff. Riven can't exactly challenge him.
Yeah, this will definitely be a good instance for Kraven here. He is not playing like his name at all. He is definitely playing very far forward. Hopefully he can pick up the tower here soon because he wants to move across the map. If he continues to stay in this top lane, he's just playing right into Riven's hands because Riven is behind. Riven can't do anything elsewhere on the map. So Riven wants to keep Kraven locked up here so that that lead cannot affect the other lanes. So as long as he has to stay up here and keep pushing into that tower, he's not elsewhere on the map and he's not killing other people. So Kraven definitely wants to try and get this tower as quickly as possible.
But now we see Nunu walking up top lane. He could look for a gank, but I don't think this is going to turn out too well. Darius does have potential 2v2. Absolute Zero goes down. Darius uses his hand, uses his crippling strike, but he does seem to go down. The Alchemist picking up the kill on the Riven. Really nice gank by Nunu there.
Yeah, very well done there by Pat to notice that that Darius was pushing in. Darius was probably thinking the exact same thing I was saying, that he needs to get this tower so he can start playing around other sides of the map. But I mean, you can't 1v2 forever.
But you see Maokai and Vladimir walking up top lane now. They're looking to maybe get a kill into at least one of them. The pool goes down. The ultimate goes down from Vladimir. Alchemist might not be living here. Does not escape as Scorpio picks him up. Sluva also goes down with the ignite from the Vladimir. That's a double kill in return. Now see the TP coming out from Kraven. They just could be going for the top tower. There's no one to match it.
Yeah, little tiny thing there. Normally you would want to wait until the minions hit the tower in order to teleport in so you can have one minion tank, therefore you can continue the push harder. But in this particular instance, that's okay because this wave will bounce effectively, assuming that Psychotic Monkey doesn't go ahead and clear it, which he is, so never mind. But
I think they're looking onto the Rift Trail now. This is really nice snowballing from the side of Team Hotpockets. They're just turning, one kill and then subsequent overextension from SnackBear's Chosen. They just really turned that on its head. They got double kill in return. They got top tower, first tower blood too. And now they're going for a Rift Trail. This is really nice play, macro play from the side of Team Hotpockets.
Now what they want to do here is they're going to want to use this mid lane if they can, because they don't necessarily want to take this bot tower because it's very, very healthy, and Ardor Maiden is about equal in farm to Astral here. So what they want to do is they want to keep this wave as close to their tower as possible. And once you take that bot tower, that wave can push in very, very far. So as long as both these outer towers in the bot lanes stay up here, Ardor Maiden can continue to farm and play to that late game, which is exactly what this Vayne wants to do. So they are going to want to try and use the Rift Herald mid lane to try and burst down B-Man's tower here. Try and cut off his ability to roam between lanes, because Orianna does have a good ability to do that, and influencing this bot lane would be one surefire way to get the blue team back into this game, having B-Man lands some shockwaves onto Ardor Maiden and Small Fox.
Speaking of Ardor Maiden, he did opt for the Stormrazor rush. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's very strong right now.
Versus the Rage Blade, I think he is at a slight disadvantage, right?
Well, as far as 1v1 battles go, it does favor the Cosmo. There's actually 5 down in the bot lane right now.
Oh,
But
they might be looking onto the Cogmo and the Lulu. You see the wave being pushed up. They could be looking for a dive, but Astro and Mellow Ninja do sniff it out. They do walk back to their second tier. And this might just look like a tower trade as we see 3 clumping on the side of SnackBear's Chosen in the mid lane. But the Herald is going down bot. This might not be a tower trade that the side SnackBear's Chosen want to take. It's 5 against 3, plus they have a Herald in the bot lane.
Oh, that was very, very good that they were able to pick up that tower before the Herald splatted onto it. That way they could preserve the health. They could get possibly 2 or even 3 towers off of this. Flash
Scorpio XP though flashes in. Matched by Vladimir Flash as well. And it seems like Astro's going down here despite the ultimate from Lulu. Lulu goes down as well. No summoners used. And this could just be an inhibitor tower since the Herald is so healthy.
Yeah, this is exactly the sort of situation that the red team wanted to go around on. Look at that. He's still almost at half health there on the Rift Herald. Shelly doing very well here.
Do not assume Shelly's gender.
Bam!
Look at that damage. Shelly's still alive. Could be going for another tower, but look at the absolute zero canceled out by the Draven. The Herald is still going. There's a TP coming back from the Alchemist. He has to return to stop this push. But there are numbers disadvantages. 3v5 in favor of Team Hotpocket. And they might just back off now, but you know, I may be a play-by-play this game, but I know my math, and it doesn't seem like this is the best trade for SnackBear's Chosen. The Psychotic Monkey is caught out, but again, if you're trading 3 towers plus an inhibitor for 1 tower or 2, and plus another few smattering of kills for Team Hotpocket, I'm not sure I'm not sure if that's a good trade.
Yeah, at this point, the blue team is just in complete damage control mode. They want to try and get anything that they can. Psychotic Monkey sticking around a bit too hard there. I do feel like if they had wanted to, Team Hotpocket probably could have tried to end there, but it would have been a very, very iffy thing. So they're just going to go for the Dragon's Den, play the safe game. It's still only 23 minutes in.
Yeah, it would have been very risky, like you just said. Do you think... Okay, so obviously, SnackBear's Chosen... Not doing the best this game. They're at a huge disadvantage. Down an inhibitor in the bot lane. Almost lost their Nexus tower. How do they come back in this game?
Well, they need to make continuous picks. They need to continuously catch out of people out of position like they did with Psychotic Monkey earlier. They need to not force too much of a situation
Oh, but Psychotic Monkey dropping the ultimate onto the Nunu might be going in here. Has the pool, used the pool already for the slow. Tatsuo might just get out here. He does have his snowballs getting the slows down, and Psychotic Monkey just decides it's not worth it.
Now, what he doesn't know is that there's another 2 people hanging out here in the top side.
Oh, Blitzcrank goes for the hook, does miss, but they are chasing down the Nunu. It doesn't seem like he's going to get out of this one. He uses his flash, and he does manage to escape.
Yeah, a bit of a tricky flash there.
Oh, but now look at Psychotic Monkey. Maybe going in, decides against it. He doesn't have his ultimate, but Maokai just used his ultimate. Maybe looking for a play. Gets the root onto the Orion. Hook! Lands. Q lands from Darius. That's a kill, and they might just turn for Baron.
They could definitely turn for Baron here, but they might want to continue this fight, try and get the jungler down, because Patsluva is on this Nunu. Nunu is one of the few champions that it is not a true 50-50 between 2 junglers.
Oh, but look at the apprehend onto the Lulu. Gets rooted, gets knocked up, and she falls down as well.
Yeah, now this will certainly mean a Baron for Team Hotpocket as well. But like I was saying, Nunu, with his consume, him and Cho'Gath are the 2 junglers you never want to have a smite fight with, because they can beat you 9 out of 10 times, assuming that they land their abilities. I mean, even top lane Cho'Gath will wreck up your chances of taking a Baron. So you wanna try and avoid that if at all possible. They did manage to shove Patsluva out enough. He will be able to come in here if he wants to try for it. But 5v1 with the amount of CC they have, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything here.
Zoned up by Psychotic Monkey, throwing down his ultimate again. This is a Baron for team side Hotpockets. Psychotic Monkey going for the 1v2 here, uses the Sanguine Pool, gets the slow into both of them. Darius is running and gets the pull onto the Nunu. Nunu falls down. They have minions pushing top lane now, and they might just look for the second tier tower. Oh, two-man shockwave, but there's no follow-up at all. Barely any damage. It's a little bit too late for that one, or I guess too early. And they're pushing the second tier tower. Is there anything SnackBear's Chosen can do right now? They have Kog'Maw on the bot lane. They don't even have all their champions done. They don't have Nunu. Seems like
there is one thing they could do, and that is wait until the enemy team decides that they don't want to win anymore and line up for a shooting gallery and let them win. That is what they can do.
That seems a little bit BM if you ask me, just lining up and giving the enemy team an ace.
Yeah,
doesn't seem very sportsmanlike.
Obviously it would not be, but no, it looks like team-hotpocket actually backing off, giving them a breather. This is not what you want to do. Baron doesn't last forever, and with this bot side down, you want to be pressuring that constantly. So kind of strange that they decide to just reset here. They want to keep this pressure up, especially in lower elos. The amount of mental fortitude it takes to defend a base in this kind of situation is insane. And nice leaving on 1 health there. Good job, Petsluva. Excellent friend. Give that over to the Alchemist there.
But now we can just see Team Hotbox pushing in the mid lane. And Nunu Consume isn't going to do too much when there's tons of Baron empowered minions. Vladimir getting those autos off on the tower. They're denting a little bit. They can't get in range to the tower yet. But I think one more fight from Team Hotbox. It's in favor of Team Hotbox, and it might just be the end. Twisted advance in. Vladimir pool gets a single pull into 4 members. Shockwave onto 3, and this might just be a messy fight. We have a TPM from Kraven. Vladimir falls down. Kraven running into tower. Maokai's getting pretty low. Look at the damage Kog'Maw's putting off. Kraven does not fall. Maokai falls. Kraven's going in. He gets the ultimate. Kog'Maw barely survives, but falls in the end. And that's a trade in favor of no team, actually, but Vayne flashes away. It's a 2 for 2 so far, but all 3 members are low. They're chasing the Nunu. You might not get it out if you're alive. Oh, get the Yakety Sax going. Oh, they pick up the kill in the end. Ardor Maiden silencing Petsluva.
Yeah, this could certainly be a win if they wanted to try for this, but instead they're going to play it safe again. Go for the tower here. Again, this would be a very, very risky end if they tried for this. It is 1v4 for a couple more seconds, but that fight did progress a little bit messy there by Team Hotpocket. Most of their teams up. Okay, Kraven, you just queue that tower. You do that.
Oh. I think he was using it for the Sheen proc on the Triforce, but
yeah,
not sure if it was the best choice because he did see the Orianna coming around.
Yeah, and unfortunately the efficiency of that is doesn't end up working out. It's
intimidation tactics.
Intimidation tactics. We'll go with that. But to anyone who thinks that using the Sheen Sheen proc there, I mean, yes, it does give you a Sheen proc, but what you have to factor in is how long the spell animation actually takes to finish, and because of the windup that is uncancelable, followed by the actual follow through of the axe, it's actually a negative. It's actually a negative gain. So it would just be better to just continue to auto attack without the Sheen proc until your W comes back up. That being said, they're putting up the pressure now, but the Baron is
Kraven walking in, pulls the Orianna. Or I guess the 2-man shockwave. They might just run out here, but Psychotic Monkey flashes in, does not get a single pull off in time, falls down. Nunu is coming around for their flank now. It's Small Fox and Kraven 12 alone. The Alchemist flashes in for the stun. Small Fox is going down. This might just be a turn. This might be a comeback for the side of SnackBear's Chosen. They are looking at pick up the Kraven 12 as well. Darius falls down. Another shutdown in favor of SnackBear's Chosen. And this game is just turning on its head. They're going for Dragon now as well.
Yeah, you remember what I said about lining up for a shooting gallery? So, that being said, this is a good turnaround here by Team SnackBear's Chosen. They are still in a very dire situation. They cannot lose another fight, because if they do, they will lose that bot inhibitor again, and they will lose that. They will lose that Nexus turret and possibly the game. That Nexus turret won't regenerate past this 892 health point that it is right now. That's a change that did happen, I believe, 1 or 2 patches ago. So this is permanently a weak spot for the Team SnackBear's Chosen. So they are on very dangerous footing. They need to play as good as possible. They don't necessarily need to make massive, flashy outplays. They just need to not make big mistakes for the rest of the game. And
that can be Maiden walking up. There is Nothing going to go down. Doesn't seem like Blitzcrank wants to go for the play.
Holy
That's
moly!
a good amount of chunk. But like you said, it is still a 7,000 gold advantage in favor of Team Hotbox. This Team Hotpocket, despite the last two successful fights from SnackBear's Chosen, so they still need to play fairly conservatively. Yunu hasn't been though, as we saw earlier. He just ran in and just consumed that red buff right in front of Maokai's face. Gets pulled in here though, has to flash out. Uses absolute zero, but Maokai just seems to be backing out. Doesn't seem like either side wants to have a fight here. Darius is still in the bottom without TP. This would be a very awkward fight for the side of Team Hotpocket since it would be a 4v5.
Yeah, and they are heading down towards Craven in the bot line here. This is actually a perfect situation for Team Hot Pockets if they recognize it. They could definitely.
Oh, but look at
something
Scorpio.
here.
The flash goes down. Pull onto the Orianna, and Flamer using Azonius. Look at Darius though. Look at all that damage. That's 3. That could be 4. Psychotic Monkeys goes in. That bleed might just finish off Alchemist, and it's a quadra kill. Are they gonna give him the penta?
No, it's a new player. He's not going to give anyone the penalty.
Oh, he might run it down. He's running it down.
Unfortunate.
It's like someone. Oh, just dancing in front of the tower. The execution denies Craven 12 the pentakill. How unfortunate. But look at that Darius damage. Just single-handedly wiped out everyone in SnackBear's Chosen. And like you said earlier, it's, of course, you know, even though SnackBear's Chosen won multiple team fights in a row, they were at such a goal deficit that, you know, one good fight, one pop-up from the Darius, and suddenly they're in a worse spot than they were before.
Yeah, this is one thing I want to point out here is that they did just let Darius walk into the middle of their team and get a full combo off onto Astral.
Fair enough, but look at Orianna, 3-man shockwave, but it doesn't matter since she does fall down. Kog'Maw's desperately trying to get out the damage, but isn't able to finish off any of the targets. Psychotic Monkeys walking back up, trying to auto that inhibitor, trying to get a second inhibitor down, but seems like he's just going to opt to back off since they have both Nexus towers already. They already got the bot lane inhibitor just prior that engagement, and then and the last tick from the cannon finishes off the mid lane inhibitor. Oh, unfortunate. That's SnackBear's Chosen.
And they can very easily go for this Baron. They do see Pat down here on the bot side of the map.
Oh, they're starting already.
Yeah, there's really nothing that the blue team can do to stop this at this point. They can try and trade for a dragon, but dragon's not even up. So they can't. And now they've got Baron again. At this point, basically, it's run it down top lane. Because if they group up as 5 and run it down top lane, these other lanes will push. They can siege up reasonably well with Psychotic Monkey, Scorpio, and a small Fox. So that's really what they should be doing in this situation. Run it down the top lane, let the other lanes push with the super minions, and just force Team SnackBear's Chosen to choose where they want to defend at. And that will be exactly what they're going to do. See, I'm smart. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, you know what you're talking about, Colorcaster, by the way. But so to return to an earlier question, I have to ask you, obviously, Team Hotpockets, they're the team that's massively far ahead. They have inhibitors down in both mid and bot. They have both Nexus towers down. So their game plan is straightforward. They just run it down top lane, like you said, Shirley's Reverie being popped. But what miracle does SnackBear's Chosen need to win this game? How do they eke out this win?
It's not even that much of a miracle. It's just allowing Astral to play backline. They just need to keep him alive for long enough to get through Craven and get through Ardor. Once he gets through those two, the rest of it's basically just cleanup. But he needs to be able to stay alive long enough to do.
Oh, but Psychotic Monkey's ulting onto 2 using a single one. This is the start of the fight. Maokai going in as well. Look at Astral. He hasn't been targeted yet. He is getting the damage off, but it seems like he's popping through the Maokai. Maokai flashes in. Shockwave up onto 2. But this is actually a fight in the favor of SnackBear's Chosen. 3 going down in favor of them now. Craven isn't able to finish anyone off. His GA is popped, but it doesn't seem like anyone's going to go down. Astral getting the damage off. Craven gets 1. Barely able to get the GA on the side of Astral, but again, that's a 1 for 4 in favor of SnackBear's Chosen. What happened?
2 for 4 because they lost
2 for 4.
The Alchemist.
Oh yeah, sure. I didn't see that. My bad.
Now, but even considering that, look at the Nexus. It's already at 3/4 health.
The Winions.
And at this point, even if the minions don't kill it, then once team Hot Pocket is back up,
Hot Pocket.
that once they're back up, they can approach from any angle they want. They can approach from multiple angles at once, and this kind of team can't really defend from multiple angles at once because they need a full 5 in order to give Astral that support that he needs to stay back. But that was Juggernaut. That was Juggermaw. You saw Astral stay in the back and just burst away at them. It was a good attempt by Psychotic Monkey, but I almost feel like a standard siege would have been better instead of trying to break in from behind there. Because at that point, with a standard siege, you could just continue to whittle down the tower. Astral can't really get on to anyone that won't be able to heal the damage back. So I don't know. It might have been better to just let the thing commence, but they did what they did. They are going to be able to try and pick up the Elder Drake here. They do spot out.
Sniffed out. He can't get in that pit. He can't go for the steal. That Elder Drake is going to go down in favor of Team Hot Pockets. The pull going down. Shockwave only hits one. Absolute Zero isn't going to be able to do much. Craven gets the ultimate down. Nunu falls down. And look at the damage onto the Alchemist, holding the rest of the team. And Lulu might just fall here as well.
Yeah, this is the end of the game here. Astral and B-Man themselves won't be able to hold off against 5, even with Psychotic Monkey as low as...
Oh, they're running towards the Orianna. The flash in, the twisted advance. Orianna falls down. There's not much Kog'Maw can do when he's pulled in, and there's 3 waves full of super minions, and this will be the game. Victory in favor of Team Hot Pockets.
Yeah, very, very well played by Team Hot Pockets there in that final push. They were able to do everything they needed to do. They were able to pick out a priority target, in this case, the Alchemist. They were able to eliminate them, continue to focus down the rest of the team. Now, if you can't, here's something that I've, seen plenty of times before. If you can't contest the actual Elder Drake, leave. Do not attempt to fight after they kill the Elder Drake, because unless they're only taking it with 2 people and they're very low, you're not going to be able to fight them. That Elder Drake gives such a powerful buff, especially with having 2 Drakes already. Even if it was only 1 Drake, it's such a powerful buff there. You cannot fight a full 5, even if you are a full 5. So just leave, let them take it. It's only about 1.5 minutes of a buff. I think it's exactly 1.5 minutes. So let them take it, back off, let it run out. Now in this situation, it was basically just the final nail in the coffin. There wasn't a whole lot you could do. That's what we in the fighting game community calls an acceptable loss. But generally speaking, just let them take it and let them drain it out, because it's not a siege tactic like Baron is. You can let it run out. It can't cause too many problems with towers unless they have massive amounts of support. And I just lost my co-caster. Weezhao's PC crashed. So I'm just going to say again, good game to both teams played excellently. They're very, very well done by everyone on both teams. Craven in particular doing absolute work up in that top lane, using the skill that Darius has as a bully to basically shut down the Alchemist on this Riven and make sure that lane does not need to be worried about at all is very, very important, so that Scorpio could then focus attention elsewhere. So with that being said, I am going to wrap it up here. That's all for our show matches for this wonderful Saturday, the 16th. So join us tomorrow. I believe we have 1 or 2 show matches, 3 or at 3 and at 4. 2 show matches at 3 and at 4 EST tomorrow. So join us for those. Thank you all for watching. And on behalf of Learning Fires, y'all have a wonderful night.